Yeah, I think it's a super important game for the club, for the team. It's a chance to make history, go into a place that the club's never been in, semifinal of Challenge Cup, and sets us up for a great chance of winning the cup. And that's obviously um, in the future what this club wants to do is win championships, and so it's just a step closer to that. But going into Houston, they're still a really great team, and playing in that weather is obviously going to be hard. But I think we got to go in the mentality that it might be hot, but it's hot here. The circumstances, are what they are, and we got to go out and play like we know how to play.
Questions? Do you guys just kind of embrace that opportunity and talk about it outright, like, hey, we have a shot to do something this club has never done before? Is that how you try to approach an opportunity like this?
Yeah, of course. I think you have to embrace that, and I think you have to know that and not ignore it going into games. I think that when that's in the front of your mind, that going into that game, that you're preparing yourself a little more, and knowing that you can make history in this club. And that's kind of what we said before the last game too. Securing those 3 points is just how important it is as a young club to be able to compete for a championship. And so I think everybody knows that, and we have spoken about it a couple times out loud, but I think everybody's just really excited just for the opportunity to be able to play in a semifinal and compete for a championship.
How have you seen some of those younger players respond to the opportunities they've been getting, whether it's, Kayla or various people that have gotten to play more?
Yeah, like Kim said, I think they've done a great job with their opportunities. It's not hard to sit and watch other players in front of you for most of the year, and then come on the field and compete and do well and compete at the same level and the same standard. And I think they've done a great job. I think they've done a great job handling the pressure. I think that's a testament to them and their mentality and how hard they work, and also just how patient they were in getting that opportunity. So I'm super proud of them, and kind of like Kim said too, I think it was also a unique opportunity for them because they got to watch world-class players in front of them, and they go on the field and compete. But super proud of them, and I know in this next game too, they're going to step up big for us.
You've had a bit of a unique responsibility in these last few matches, kind of stitching together or being the go between a very experienced back line and a midfield that hasn't played well together. And on top of that, you're the club captain and the captain on the field. So talk about how you've handled that responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the beginning, it was a big responsibility, and I did not take it lightly. Settling into being a young captain and really feeling like I belong as a captain and a leader on the field. But I think growing into the season and competing the level that I'm competing at this season, I think I grew into it pretty well. And that's also due to Abby and Carson and Nadia and just the experience that I have, and they know how much I look up to them, and I go to them for everything. I always joke is something goes wrong, I'm like, Abby, like I go and find her. So they've been great to have for me, and I think that's just been the main difference, is just having experienced leaders to lean on. And I think to be a leader, you also have to be a follower. And so that's just what I've been trying to do, and continuing to learn and grow, and do what I can for the team, and doing what I do best for the team. Not focusing on other parts. It's just leaving that up to our attacking midfielders and our defensive line to do their jobs, and then I'm just trying to do mine the best that I can.
And I asked Kim a similar question. You're so close to qualification for the semifinals. Is that something that's popped up in the team discussions, or is it still just kind of one game at a time in this competition?
I think like any game, the whole season, I think you have to take it one game at a time. You can't overlook it. I think that's not the right mentality. I think we know that we want to win the group, and in order to do that, we got to beat Houston. And so going into this game, we got to look at this game, and this game specifically, because we know playing away in that heat against a good team, it's going to be difficult. And so we just got to look at that game and focus on that game, and then take the other games as they come.
In these past couple games, have you noticed one area of the game that you feel like you guys have taken a pretty big step forward, whether it was the win before the break and then the win when you came back?
Yeah, I mean, I think our press is always pretty decent. I think that creating opportunities has been a lot better. I think in general this year, creating opportunities has been better. I think we can still finish a lot of them, but I think the finishing is coming. And Paige is on fire right now. We're getting a lot of through balls into our forwards, and Nadia coming back on the field, and I think that'll be huge for us is just continuing to score goals and keep it in their attacking half.
On a separate topic, I know you guys are rooting for everybody at the World Cup, but it seems like you and Ari built a great relationship in her first year. To see her do what she did, what was that like for you?
But yeah, I was so proud of her. And before she left, I was like, Ari, you better not forget English so that when I call you up and talk about games and stuff, you know what I'm saying. But she hasn't. She's done a great job. And honestly, to see her emotional at a World Cup and scoring 3 goals and everything made me emotional. I mean, her living out her dream and to do it in that fashion, it's just insane. And I'm so happy for her, and she deserves it. She really works hard and has helped me so much this year. So I'm really happy for her. And every time I talk to her, she's like, I'm in disbelief. Like, I can't believe it. So super humble, and it's just awesome. And to see Sav out there doing the same thing, doing a great job, I think, in the midfield and living out her dream. I'm just super proud of them and what they've done and what they've accomplished. And I think that our relationship on and off the field is special, and we're looking forward to continue it in this next couple of years.
When you think about the numbers that you're also putting up like all the performance level numbers. That trio of midfielders, 25 and younger, you guys have gelled really well and both played maybe 10 or 12 games together. Do you how often do you three talk about like that this is the start of a bright future together, or is that not something that really comes up?
I think it's something that's known, but it's not really spoken about. I think that's part of the reason why we are so close, and we know that we have to have a good relationship on and off the field in order to help the team, and we know that we have something special. So I think it kind of all brought us closer together, and just to see, each one of us, I've said this before, but each one of us in the midfield complements, our another strength of the next person. So the way Ari supports me and links with me, and the way Sav can get the ball from Ari and I, and how they help me defensively dropping in. I think we complement each other really well, and I think we saw that from the beginning. And so the relationship was just really natural for us, and I think we see that, and we see how special it is. And we just want to continue to grow in that.
The confidence that scoring a hat trick in an international competition is that obviously gives the player a lot of confidence. Is that something you feel like that the players then bring back to the club? Is that something that translates when they get back to Louisville?
Yeah, absolutely. I think all of our World Cup players are having outstanding performances, and I think that's huge for them, obviously, in their countries. But I think it's huge for us as a club too, and seeing that racing has world-class talent. And when they come back, I hope the fans can see that and just how talented this team is. And I think they're going to come back flying and confident. And that's what our team needs too. And so everybody's just super excited for them, and I think they're going to continue to have a great tournament. But I think overall just shows how racing is growing, and how we have these world-class players, and fans can be excited about that. And I think everybody can start to see the growth that racing has shown in this last year.
And does watching them give you guys back here that extra boost of motivation while you're chasing your own history and your own stage, and seeing the success that they've had to motivate you back here?
Yeah, of course. I think before they left, I was like, you guys go do your thing. You live the dream, and we have your back. And so we know that they have ours, and we have theirs back here. So while they're off doing that, we just want them to be confident in knowing that we're taking care of business here. And I think it piggybacks off one another. They can be confident in coming back and knowing that we've been putting in the work and putting in performances, and we're confident that they're doing the thing at the World Cup and playing well and gaining confidence to come back and mesh with the group again.